on gang. Ayy, he gon' light it, he ain't got no bodies, them boys ain't sliding. He ain't bout it, he won't hurt nobody, plus that boy ain't solid. You know I got it, made me up this chopper, show you how we rock. He see my beard, make that boy step back, scuba ain't no rocket. Jab step, make that nigga buckle, they gon' think we hoopin'. Got this Draco from my custo uncle, he don't even use it. He done sold it to the right young nigga, you know I'ma shoot it.
What's good, YouTube? It's Chubz.
Nico.
Rose.
Reacting to Pooh, Shiesty, the real menace of South Memphis.
So what is this? Like,
It's like a documentary about.
Okay.
Kind of like explaining like a background type shit.
Yeah.
You know how they be doing like bonding them shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Same shit with him.
Alright, dog.
Hey, no cap. Pooh really like that. I heard.
I gotta keep it so 100.
Right now.
I ain't never like you, cuz. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never like you. I ain't never liked you, cuz. You know I ain't like you. In the street wide, like we ain't gonna talk about that over here though.
Who been overtime on the E-way and you know we bumping breaking news. BCMC2, bitch, I'm signing Mr. Wake. Look like a new screw, now I'm sliding when you break the 2-3 with the draw like LeBron.
When I was hustling, I always was playing Memphis rappers. I felt like they had such an underground scene. That's what I gravitated to. Like the most gutter music is what I want to hear.
Police and prosecutors say Pooh Shiesty was part of the group that ended up in this parking lot that October afternoon where the shots flew, and it happened right across the street from the police department and town hall here in Bay Harbor Islands.
These niggas, wow.
Yeah, they're wild.
Right across the street from the police station?
These niggas
Across
wild.
the street from the police station.
That's the easiest way to call, boy.
Them niggas wild.
Don't care about life.
Literally. I thought Chicago niggas was dumb.
That October afternoon where the shots flew, and it happened right across the street from the police department and town hall here in Bay Harbor Islands.
Alright, what's up everybody? Probably the most requested artist for me to make a video on right now is Pooh Shiesty. It's one of the biggest movements in rap and it's coming out of Memphis, but for a lot of folks, it feels like he came out of nowhere. Last week, Shiesty was second only to Drake for the most streamed artist in the country. There's a reason everyone's drawn to him. Pooh Shiesty's crew, Chopper Gang's gotta be one of the wildest in the industry, and the music reflects it. Doesn't matter how many billboards all over the country have his face on it. Doesn't matter he's signed to a major label deal with Gucci and Atlantic, selling 60K the first week on his debut album. Shiesty will still rob it.
I knew he was gonna be like, I knew he was gonna start going up. I wanna see nigga, Gucci Man.
Yeah, that
You feel me?
Gucci
That
Man
Gucci Man
feature?
album.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, the whole like,
Oh, the album?
the
the
so
whole,
icy shit.
yeah, the so
yeah.
icy shit. Like,
Yeah.
once he dropped down, I'm like, oh yeah, he up.
Yeah.
He up for real, bro. He don't bring
That
his
nigga
niggas
sold
on.
60K his first album, bro. The first week.
That's some shit.
Boy, niggas won't be doing that shit for like they feel shit.
For real, though.
Doesn't matter he's signed to a major label deal with Gucci and Atlantic, selling 60K the first week on his debut album. Shiesty will still rob a dude in Miami who was trying to sell him weed and some Jordans, stick 2 shooters on the guy, sending him to the hospital,
That's
escaping
the first time I heard about this nigga when that shit happened.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the first time I heard of him.
Never heard of, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't hear of him until Back in Blood.
This right before Back in Blood came out. It was like a month before that shit. It was like, yeah, he had some nigga tried to sell him some shit. He robbed him. Skated off.
Debut album. Shiesty will still rob a dude in Miami who was trying to sell him weed and some Jordans, stick 2 shooters on the guy, sending him to the hospital, escape in a green McLaren, get arrested, bond out, and leave the state in a private jet.
Saying the two left the state in a private jet. Who, they got the right guy?
See, Shiesty keeps his circle small. You basically gotta give your life to Chopper Gang just to be around. Chopper Gang Hank, he's locked up for an attempt murder, allegedly shot up a car and paralyzed the dude in a bad case of mistaken identity. Chopper Wop, he's down for a murder and 2 attempts. Even Shiesty's best bro, Big 30, who was signed to a deal way before Shiesty was, getting tens of millions of streams a month, he got booked 2 weeks before Shiesty on felony
That
drug
nigga
charge.
ugly, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That nigga.
I tried not to.
I was trying to laugh.
That nigga's ugly, bro. I'm sorry, yo. Hold on, bro. Did I just read? I think
You
I
went
read
mad for her.
before Shiesty did.
Look at his fucking face.
Jada, bro.
Oh, snap. Oh. Niggas is wild. Oh my god. Oh. This nigga, bro. Hold on, get it right. Get it right, bro. This nigga. Yo, this that nigga was damn. Oh, shit. My bad, YouTube. Technical difficulties. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This nigga.
My fault. I'm knocking over my hot chocolate and shit. All right, come on.
Well, because it's
Ugly ass nigga.
Is in Alabama, got extradited back to Memphis for another pending case he was already fighting, made bond, and released the song first day out. But most of the mainstream was not tuned in until Lil Durk and Shiesty came together to make the song Back in Blood. And while most fans were focused on Durk in the wake of the Quando and Vaughn situation, the entire city of Memphis was focused on Shiesty's verse. Because he wasn't just rapping, Shiesty was talking about a specific event that happened where he and 2 members of his crew went to a rival house in Memphis and robbed a bunch of guns from them. That's why in the lyrics he says, "Yeah, you know who took that shit from you, come get it back in blood." On the song, Shiesty's talking directly to them.
We ain't mad. We want you to see these face. You niggas know who it was did that to y'all. You niggas know.
And the
Niggas
fact,
really be
and the
telling
fact
on
that he's
themselves.
talking about
he
it,
did
bro.
that shit in genius in
He's
On the song, Shiesty's talking directly to them.
We ain't mad, Scott. We want you to see these face. You niggas know who it was did that to y'all. You
they
niggas
rob
know.
guns from somebody. I'll be damned if I
Rival
let a nigga
gangs
rob a
called
gun from me,
EBG.
boy.
Like, you got the gun.
First, how you?
You got a gun.
I'll be damned. You crazy.
A nigga took
You
your
crazy.
stick.
You got it like a bitch.
Had problems for many years locally in Memphis. EBG being from the north, Shiesty being from the south, it plays into this divide that's long existed in the city. But now the Back in Blood song is worldwide, hitting the number 8 spot on Billboard charts, getting 50 million views on YouTube in 1 month, forcing EBG, who aren't even rappers, to respond over the same Back in Blood beat.
He said who don't even rap.
Their remix got taken down a bunch of times, each time getting hundreds of thousands of views in days. So EBG dropped the second
kept
diss
getting taken
track.
down?
This one called
Got
Rumors.
Because they used the Back in Blood beat.
Eva got Quando Rondo to make an appearance, taking collateral shots at Durk just for being on the original song with Shiesty. Hundreds of thousands
they
of
linked up with
views in
Quando.
days.
You know, obviously
So
linking up and
EBG
shit.
dropped the second diss track. This one called Rumors. They even got Quando Rondo to make an appearance, taking collateral shots at Durk just for being on the original song with Shiesty. Now, we're gonna get into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. This is some motivation from my guy K Johnny. Let's go.
To the point, I don't give a fuck no more. Just start I shit.
But there's a lot more to it than good music and good barbecue. Memphis is the heart of the Bible Belt, with more churches than gas stations. On one hand, it's that southern hospitality, home of friendly folks who work hard to get by, but on the other hand, it's extreme violence, making Memphis the 3rd most dangerous city in America. It's rural country, so practically everybody's tooled up, and folks have paramilitary weapons. In areas like the South or North Memphis, your life expectancy is 20 years shorter than other parts of the city.
Right now, in some neighborhoods in Memphis,
It's
families are
dangerous there,
sleeping
nigga.
on the floor to avoid being hit by gunfire from outside. For some, they live in a war zone.
Imagine having to sleep on the floor to avoid gunshots. Nigga.
That's crazy.
Out here.
Pooh Shiesty, he's from the Cane Creek Apartments in South Memphis, just 15 minutes from Moneybag Yo's hood, the Walker Homes, not far from Young Dolph's neighborhood in Castalia, and black youngsters around the way too. Pooh Shiesty growing up was very much on that killer be killed energy. Let his boy Big 30 tell you, at age 11, Shiesty thought he was American gangster, getting arrested and expelled from middle school at the same time, forced to wear an ankle monitor. See, Shiesty followed in his pop's footsteps.
Imagine
Oh my god.
he's 11 years old wearing an ankle monitor. Had to get kicked out of middle school.
Imagine us at 11. We're in
That's
fucking
6th
ink
grade, my God. Like, that's 6th grade.
6th grade, hell yeah.
A known gangster and founder of the record label Mob Ties. In middle school at the same time, forced to wear an ankle monitor. See, Shiesty followed in his pop's footsteps. Pooh's father was a known gangster and founder of the record label Mob Ties. In 2006, one of his artists, who went by the name Miscellaneous, got into a triple shooting at Yo Gotti's birthday bash. The club managers knew that Yo Gotti and Miscellaneous were beefing, and instead of canceling the event, they hired 35 security guards using 4 metal detectors to screen the crowd. it didn't work. That same year, Shiesty's father was convicted of being an accessory in the murder of a local female DJ, which put him on supervised parole. Even with the law breathing down his neck, his pops was still hustling for almost a year, bringing in money under the radar from a trap house on a street called Porter. The house fell on a dead end and looked like it had been abandoned. But little did Pooh's father know, Memphis police had been monitoring the spot for months. One day, his father was in there. They had the measuring cups by the stove, the digital scales on the kitchen counter. One of them had weed, the other had cocaine. Suddenly, there was a loud boom as the front door busted open, and cops bursted in, rushing apartment 3 that was just up the stairs. As the cops ran up, this 75-pound pit bull came sprinting around the corner and leaped at their necks, so the officers shot it 3 times before the dog retreated to the kitchen and later died. In the chaos, you could hear yelling, "Go, go, go," as people ran from apartment 3 to apartment 4, trying to escape. Glass shattered as folks jumped out the window, leaving Pooh's father in the kitchen, cornered by police. They told him to surrender, and he did, leaving the officers with 12.5 grams of coke, 8 pounds of kush, and $10,000 cash that they took from Pooh's father's left pocket. With his pops in and out doing Fed bids, Shiesty was
that nigga was trapping for real, bro. He was running it up in that little trap house. He was running it up.
Badass little kid, jumping people, finessing people. That's how we got the name Shiesty. And Memphis is a small world, everybody knows each other. Shiesty even went to Central High School with some of the people he's into it with right now, like the main rapper from EBG, E-Jizzle. But Pooh's reputation began to travel. In high school, he expanded his circle, clicking up on some plans to get money by any means. Together with his childhood friend Big 30 from Whitehaven, Little Hank, Antwop, and a few others, they came up with the name Chopper Gang, and it stuck.
Chopper Gang shit, cool, man. Chopper Gang shit, man. Chopper Gang shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We ain't got a prop to crop back here. We real, we slug and shit. Nigga ain't gonna die. We gonna come chop nigga whole block, street, whatever.
Within Chopper Gang, they have various members that come from big sets that are prominent in the area. What a lot of people don't know, Memphis has every single national gang and more. It's extremely active. With this new trend towards hybrid gangs, smaller mobs and cliques within the sets going renegade, warring with each other.
See where there was an older person running everything, but it's been changing a lot. And a lot of these young kids with these offset groups, they're totally different.
More little cliques or little gangs that seem to be particularly violent and need less muscle.
One story of a guy named White Grape, or White Boy Kenny, who went to Central High School with Pooh Shiesty and them, and was known for having girls lined up like a buffet. He was a member of Chopper Gang who got initiated into the Grape Street Crips. They beat the shit out of him, took a photo that went viral as he became an official Grape Street member. But one day, White Grape allegedly got his gun robbed from him, so Chopper Gang had to cut ties with him, basically disowning him. Only for White Grape to catch a murder case.
You said, buddy, tough as hell. He got his grip took from him. How the fuck
Did you not just hear what he just said?
Grip,
He's in a murder case.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
White Grape
Still though, but like, how the fuck you get your grip
so
taken
Chopper
from
Gang
you,
had
bro?
to cut ties with him, basically disowning him. Only for White Grape to catch a murder case months later after a drug deal went wrong and clients tried to pay him with counterfeit money, so he shot and killed one of them. Now, Chopper Gang continued spreading their enterprise, planning bigger licks that brought more danger.
Hey,
Shiesty himself.
He said some shit about that in the song. I forgot what song it was. I think it was like Going in My Ear or some shit like that. He said some shit about that shit.
What he said?
Take Shiesty out your name. I heard you put your rifle to it.
The rifle? He had a rifle? That's even worse. Damn.
One of them. Now, Chopper Gang continued spreading their enterprise, planning bigger licks that brought more danger. Shiesty himself says before the age of 15, you're gonna lose a close friend in Memphis. Guaranteed someone close to you is gonna get killed. Around 2016, he lost his best friend Trey Day, which turned his heart cold. Pooh Shiesty vowed to live with no remorse from that day forward and be a menace to society. And after he graduated high school in 2018, Chopper Gang had many streams of income flowing in, and they started using some of this money they were making to pay for studio time.
I just turned up. You said bread.
It was one of those rare cases where the music blew up out the gate. They dropped their first song, Breaking News, near the end of 2018, and by 2019, they were buzzing. Shiesty's childhood friend Big 30 got signed to fellow Memphis artist Moneybagg Yo. Meanwhile, Shiesty was still a free agent, dropping hit singles every other week, racking in views. This caught the attention of Guap, who was in the middle of building his 1017 roster, looking for the grimiest artists he could find. Of course, Guap was the original slime. You remember hearing stories of a young Gucci Mane terrorizing the industry. Famously, the first time he met French Montana to do a song together, French paid him $5,000 and waited in the studio patiently while Gucci took the money and left out the back door.
Gucci didn't like French because the first time he went in the studio to do a song with him, he paid Gucci $5,000 to get on the feature. And he was just sitting in the studio, but Gucci was going out the back door. Like, he wasn't doing nothing. And I said, Gucci, you can't do no shit like that.
And that's the same energy Gucci saw in Pooh Shiesty. After hearing one song on YouTube, he hit up Pooh on IG to get the paperwork ready for a major label in Atlantic. Chopper Gang was laughing to the bank. The industry fucked up and let some real gangsters in. Big Scar, who's also from South Memphis and just happens to be Pooh Shiesty's cousin, he's a founding member of a clique called Double R that's been in a brutal war at home in Memphis for quite some time. And up until this point, Big Scar was strictly in the streets, handling business, and never really considered himself a rapper. Until one day, he actually blew up off a reaction video done by a YouTuber named Tommy Craze, who reacted to Big Scar's first ever song when it had only 5 views in 9 hours.
How about Big Scar, make a play, 5 views 9 hours ago. Man, that was so hard. Definitely co-sign this track. Big Scar, make a play, go and check it out.
That song went on to do millions of views, and 2 months later, after Shiesty became a major label artist, and with only 2 songs ever published, his cousin Big Scar inked a deal with Gucci, making Chopper Gang and their affiliates the single biggest movement coming out of the Mid-South. And with all this attention on Memphis, it brought more drama to the city. Pooh Shiesty was living up to his name and began taking shots at another Memphis rapper named Big Boogie.
Where you at, Big Boogie? The Boogster. Where you at? Hey, Boogie, hey, Red Ron, I would get out there in the street with your gang, me by myself, the whole gang right now, today, in like 30 minutes, on live, all this shit. Cause why you say something back, cuz? You did that out of your fans, cuz. You let your fans boot your head up, cuz. You done caught yourself. You got shows and shit ahead of you, bro.
Boogie's a rising artist out of Fraser, which is the north super country part of Memphis. Seems like a good guy. According to Boogie, they never met a day in their life, but Shiesty claims when he pulled up in the north to see Boogie, it was a whole different story.
Oh, you been running from me, bro. You been running. You been running from me, bro. You know what happened in the north, bro, when I pulled up, came on your side, bro. You know what happened.
And Pooh is so petty, he even went as far as naming a strain of weed Red Rum, after Big Boogie's crew, Red Rum, just so he could say that he's smoking on that Red Rum pack. The bigger you get, the bigger the target you become in Memphis. Just a few days after he went back and forth with Shiesty on social media, Big Boogie's concert in Mississippi got shot up. It was the scene of a double murder. 50 shots in total were fired from 5 different guns, hitting Big Boogie's friend Jasmine, who was on stage with him, and she later died in Boogie's arms.
My invoices are a mess. What am I gonna do?
Fast forward a few months later to November 6th. Dirk and Pooh Shiesty linked up to drop the audio for the song Back in Blood. That's the same day where King Von passed away in Atlanta after an altercation with Quando Rondo outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge. Shiesty and Dirk had already filmed the music video back in Chicago, but chose not to release it yet. This was, in many ways, the mainstream's introduction to Pooh Shiesty. A few more weeks went by and the song continued to climb the charts. Then randomly, at 6 in the morning on a Tuesday in December, Shiesty posts this cryptic warning to Facebook. Drop that song and you're not gonna live to see that baby get here. That's when New Year's came around, January 1st, 2021. A Memphis crew called EBG put out a remix to Back in Blood, going after Shiesty, responding to everything he said on the original track. They got Chopper Gang Killer, CGK, on their t-shirts. Pooh responded immediately, saying this had to be the worst move this gang ever made, and that he did 18 million views off of them before he even said their name. The very next day, Shiesty dropped the music video that he filmed with Dirk back in Chicago, making Back in Blood the trending topic once again, shooting all the way up the Billboard rankings. EBG's remix was getting taken down left and right due to copyrights, so EBG's main rapper, E-Jizzle, dropped another diss track called Rumors, which ran up in views quickly, hitting 1 million views in less than a week. Then, Jizzle was shot 3 times, just days after this second diss track went live.
I bet I can't do this.
Oh,
Yo, they be violating, bro.
Damn.
Wait, so did he die?
Nah, he just like Wooski.
They say he just got shot. They
Just like Wooski.
They be violating, bro. They be violating.
Second diss track went live.
I bet I can't do this.
Buddy paralyzed. Oh my
Who this
God.
is? Who?
Nigga said I can walk. They find this funny, bro. Like they got mad laughing emojis.
Oh my God, bro.
That's crazy.
Oh, this him right here?
Yeah.
And after getting them removed, Jizzle was back on the block wearing cats, just in time to drop his third diss track called Paralyzed.
Hey, y'all shot the wrong arm.
Said they shot me.
To add to the unfortunate timing, Pooh Shiesty's brother, who had been on life support fighting for every breath, was pronounced dead just hours before EBG released this new diss. As it stands, the song has nearly 400,000 views in a week. EBG Jizzle went from a couple thousand followers to 50,000 almost overnight. And Memphis has pretty much been in a frenzy ever since. But yeah, man, let me know if there's a video you want me to cover in the comments below. I will see you in the next one.
Shiesty gotta stop mentioning him.
Yeah, that shit gonna blow him up.
Alright. That's why Dirt never mentioned his ops. Unless they dead, then he'll say their name. He don't even do that, really. He don't say their names, he just throw shots.
He just throw shots. You know, you know.
Word. You know, you know. Literally. But alright, man. That's it for today. Feel me? Like, comment, subscribe.
Keep on asking them questions.
Let's run it up. How many subscribers we got right now?
We got like 168.
Get us to 200 ASAP. Get us to 200. We got more bangers coming soon. You already know Q&A coming soon later this week.
Keep requesting videos too. Requesting reacting too.
Comment what you want us to react to.
We're gonna get to them too.
Facts.
Sure.
Don't request no bullshit.
We out, man.
Gang, ayy, he gon' light it, he ain't got no bodies, them boys ain't sliding, he ain't body, he won't hurt nobody, plus that boy ain't solid, you know I got it, made me up this chopper, show you how